In this episode, we unpack the prompt and ride the raft. In our last lesson, we explored unpacking the prompt using a do-what chart. In this episode, we will add another step to the planning stage of our writing. So the objective, we will continue to sort and classify ideas for writing in a variety of ways. Use the knowledge of the writing process to prepare drafts. Identify important details related to research activity. Begin to assume responsibility for the specific tasks in the basic research process. Explain. Perhaps you already know the Raft Strategy. It is the acronym for Role, Audience, Format, and Topic. Again, R for Role, A for Audience, F for Format, and T for Topic. Raft is a writing strategy that helps students to understand their roles as writers, the audience they will address, the varied formats for writing, and the topic they'll be writing about. Let's explore the Raft after unpacking the prompt. You can use Raft to help you to understand how to deconstruct a prompt. R. Role. What role do you take as the writer? Are you a student, a citizen, an expert? Audience. Who is your audience? Are you writing to your class, your parent, your teacher, or a friend? Format. What kind of response are you writing? Is it an essay, a letter, a descriptive piece, poetry, whatever it might be? There are various formats that you need to take into consideration. Task. What are the verbs in the prompt asking you to do? Are you supposed to advise your classmates, justify your opinions, explain why, and so on? Here are examples of parts of the raft. Role. You could be a writer, an artist, a character, scientist, adventurer, inventor, juror, judge, historian, reporter, rebel, therapist, or journalist. Who are you writing to? You could be writing to yourself, peer groups, government, parents, fictional characters, a committee, jury, judge, activists, or animals or objects. Now, your writing could take several formats to include a journal, editorial, a brochure or booklet, an interview, a video, song lyrics, cartoons, games, primary documents, a critique, a biographical sketch, or newspaper article. The topic, issues relevant to the text or the time period. It might be a topic of personal interest or concern for the role or the audience. The topic might be related to an essential question. Unpack the following prompt using a do and what chart and a Raft graphic organizer. The nutritionist employed at your regional health authority visited your school last week and spoke to students about making healthy meal choices. Your friend Alex was absent on that day. Write a letter to him explaining at least 3 benefits of eating healthy meals. So here we have our do what chart. So what are the things that we're going to do based on the prompt? Okay, so we need to write a letter. We need to explain 3 benefits of eating healthy food. And you know that we must talk about the fact that it was the nutritionist who spoke. That person would have a name, and the organization that they represent, that would be the regional health authority. And you would want to also say that your friend was absent for whatever reason. They may have been ill or they just couldn't get to school that day, and what the topic of the talk was about. So here we have the raft. What is your role? So your role would be as a student who was present at that point, and you're going to be the writer, the audience. You're writing for your friend who was absent. The format is a letter, and the topic is about healthy food choices. All right, so having this information here, and we see RAFT, raft, and that would help you to put your ideas on paper to make your writing better. Now, after this is done, you're going to share your work with someone else, so someone can look at your outline in terms of your graphic organizer, and they can give you some constructive feedback on that. Now, let's test what we have learned. Unpack each of the following prompts using both the do and what chart and raft. It says, write an essay that is 4 to 5 paragraphs long. In your essay, say whether you agree or disagree with the government of Jamaica's ban on sugary foods in Jamaican schools. That's 1. 2, write an essay explaining the benefits of eating healthily. 3, your cousin Jason continues to have a challenge in understanding writing prompts. Write a letter to him explaining how to use the do and what chart and the raft to help him unpack the writing prompt before doing the task. All right, so let's take a look at activity 1 and see how best we could do that. So we're going to look at this example quickly. It's not going to be perfect, but at least it should give us an idea of where we should go. Remember now, we were supposed to look at our do what chart, and when we look at the prompt, the verbs that we saw there were write and say. So we were supposed to write what? An essay 4 to 5 paragraphs. We were to say what? Whether or not we agree or disagree with the ban on sugary drinks in Jamaican schools. Let's add that. Space in Jamaican schools. Okay, that makes it more complete. We were asked to create our raft outline. What is our role? We could be the writer, or we could be a reporter. All right, so we could be a reporter. All right, maybe we're doing a special article, and we are writing to our classmates. We are using the format of an essay, and the topic would be the ban on sugary drinks in Jamaican schools. Let's put this Jamaican schools. Yes, and here is the little draft that we have come up with so far, and we could improve on this as we go, but just as an idea going forward. The government of Jamaica has banned sugary drinks in schools. Though many people are against the decision, I support it 100%. Here are 3 important things to remember: diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and the fact that prevention is better than cure, as your health is your wealth. We need a full stop there, and we need a space here. All right, okay. We recently learned about the digestive system in class. Space. There are many important organs in this system. One of the most important is the pancreas. It produces insulin. Let's see where we are. Insulin, which helps to regulate our blood sugar levels. Remember when we did that in science? However, if we have too many foods with sugar, we can stress this organ until it becomes damaged, and our bodies will not be able to regulate sugar levels on its own. Diabetes is when there is too much sugar in the blood. It can cause many health problems, including eye problems and infections, because our bodies cannot heal properly anymore. Some people think that you only get sugar from eating things like cakes, bullets, and buns, but sugar is in almost everything. We took labels to class and then measured how many teaspoons of sugar was in a single can of soda. We also get sugar from things that are not sweet, like yams and other starchy foods. We read an article that spoke about how common it is now for children to develop diabetes. We have to cut back on sugary drinks to prevent many more children from developing diabetes. When our bodies do not need all the energy we get from the food, the extra energy is stored as fat under the skin and around our internal organs. The extra weight can cause stress on our organs. We can have so much extra weight that we can become obese. This can cause problems like poor posture and becoming tired easily, heart disease, etc. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. It is better to prevent heart disease than to pay for the surgery to fix it. It is better to prevent diabetes than to pay for it by going blind or having to cut off your toes or foot because of nerve damage. Many students and parents are upset with the government for banning sugary drinks in schools, but it was done to prevent many lifestyle problems such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. It is better to take care of your body, as there is no true wealth without good health. So that would be our little attempt here at writing that paragraph, that 4 to 5 paragraph answer to the essay, The Ban on Sugary Drink in Jamaican Schools. All right. So you can see that as I'm going, we're still revising, still making corrections, and that is part of the writing process. We don't just write something once and publish. We have to go through the steps of the writing process, sometimes over and over, to make sure that our writing is good. In this episode, we unpacked the prompt and we were able to ride the raft. So remember now how important a prompt is in the writing process, and the Raft Strategy is one that can help you. Along with the do what, these are graphic organizers that can help you to have a better piece of writing when all is said and done. So there are 2 more activities that can be done here. You can write an essay explaining the benefits of eating healthy, and you can write a letter to your cousin explaining how to use the do and what chart and the raft to unpack the prompt before doing a task. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.